I have this amazing fabric. I bought it online from a shop that is doesn't exist anymore, so I can't provide you with a link. I have seen that you can get something similar online, but yeah, you don't know how nice it's going to be, and this is of course extremely nice. I am going to turn it into a dress, and I am the self-announced queen of no pattern sewing, and I like to just cut from something I already have. That's a nice and easy way to do it. Sometimes I get a stain on something and it doesn't work for me anymore, and then I cut up the pieces, because then I can actually use these pieces as pattern pieces. So as you can see, this is a sleeve, one front side and one back side from a dress, and this is made of stretchy material, so this will work for other stretchy materials. And this might be a little bit on the small side, so I might just give it a little bit extra give just to be sure that this will be big enough. And this also has a zipper at the bottom, or in the neck. But if it's stretchy enough, it might work without the zipper. So I will just see as I go along. But if not, I will put a zipper in. So I have found the bottom here where I want the bottom of the dress to be. And then I'm finding my front piece, and that's going in here to fold up against the fold line here. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of extra just to be sure I have enough. So I'm not gonna put it straight on the fold. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of extra space. And then I've got this back here. So that will have a seam down the back with maybe a zipper in. Let's see if it's necessary. And I'm also going to be sure when I cut that to give it a little bit more seam allowance, because it doesn't have a fold, but I need to be sure that it's big enough. Then I can always stitch it in a little bit more if I need that. And I've also here at the bottom, I've made sure that these two bottom pieces are aligned, of course. So now it's just about cutting, and I'm not going to cut the bottom here. I'm actually just going to keep this as it is, just to see how it is when I'm done. And there isn't much extra give, so I'm not sure that I'm going to have that much extra. But I'm giving it as much seam allowance for sewing as I can. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm cutting these two pieces first, because I know I'm going to have enough for the back, or for the sleeves. There's not a lot of extra fabric here, but that's also quite nice. So I think this, actually here, the back, I'm just gonna cut it so these two sides are aligned, and then I'm not gonna cut any more off, because I might need some extra give in the fabric. So I'm just gonna take this closer towards me. So this is a very nice way, because normally when you have paper patterns that I'm not really usually working with, they're kind of flimsy and they move about, but this is a piece of fabric, so it's staying where it's supposed to be, which is very nice. This is like a twill mesh. So depending on how revealing I want it to be, I might have to wear something underneath. Let's see. But it's very, very cool. So that's the front piece. The two back pieces, like those, like that. And then I've got this, and I want to make the sleeves a little bit longer if I can, so I'm going to use all the mesh fabric here towards the bottom. So let me just find the sleeve here. So that's the sleeve. I'm going to make sure that that also has a little bit of extra. So I'm going to see if I place it here, then I can make the sleeves as long as possible. Then I'll have some little remnants pieces I can't do much with, but that's how it is. And again, I'm gonna give a little bit extra here, maybe a little bit more than a centimeter seam allowance. But then what's more important, I'm going to give it more here on the sides of the sleeves, because these are quite narrow, quite tight, so I'm going to be sure that my arms will fit. So I have these little pieces left. I don't want to throw them out because they're so pretty, so I'm going to see what I can use, what I can make with those. But cool. Looking forward to sewing this. I'm just going to go straight to the sewing machine. It's time to make the magic of this dress. So I have one big front piece, two back pieces, two sleeves. So the front piece is here. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to need a zipper or not, so I'm going to wait to figure that out. That was one of the back pieces, so I'm going to put that on here, make the two shoulder seams first. So if you can see it here, I'm just placing the two pieces of fabric front to front, and two shoulder pieces, I'm going to sew them together like this. And I'm using a zigzag stitch for this. Not too wide, but just zigzag stitch so I'm sure the thread won't break, because it is half kind of stretchy material. So that was the first part of it done. Oops. And the other sleeve, or the other shoulder point, so there we have the front of the fabric, and I'm just gonna get the piece here, making sure that I've got front of fabric facing front of fabric, so I have the nice bits facing out towards each other, the two shoulder points here, stitching them together. Like this. And then I'm going to try to attach a sleeve. So I've got my just need some weights for this. So that's the front, and here we have the back piece, and there we have the arm opening, as you can see here. The sleeve pieces were luckily the same on both sides, but I'm just gonna attach a little clip here, attach a little clip here. So I've got the two ends there, and then I've got the highest point of the sleeve piece. I'm going to attach that to the shoulder point there. So then I'm just going to stitch on my machine, trying to follow the line here, trying to hold the fabric nicely so it follows the curve. See how that works out. And yeah, I made the sleeves a little bit bigger, so I'm actually just going to give them a little bit more fabric here on either side, and then it should fit. And again, be sure to check that you've got the front of the fabric facing towards the front of the fabric. Putting it into the machine. Trying not to pull, just have it placed nicely on top of each other. This is going to be absolutely gorgeous. it's done. I hope. And it actually, ooh, fits. So as you can see here, shoulder or the sleeve all the way. I'm going to try to fold it out to front if I'm wearing it like this. You can now see what it's beginning to look like. I'm going to do exactly the same bit for the other sleeve as well. So here we have the two sleeves put on, and the back isn't stitched together yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down here from one arm opening all the way down here, find out where the underarm points are matching, and then again sew all the way down towards the bottom of the dress. I'm going to do that on both sides. So okay, now the sleeves are attached, they are stitched together, and I haven't closed it in the back, and it fits just about. Okay, I risked it. I did try to stitch up the back and close it that way, and let's see if I can put it on that way if I'm very, very careful. I just do feel like there is a lot of give in this fabric, so I should be able to. Yes, 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 because I only had a zipper in this color and I didn't want to use that. It did work. It did work. I'm the flower lady. Awesome. So I am going to finish off the edges here, and these are actually quite nice because they are already kind of finished, so they're not fraying. But I'm just going to fold them towards the back and give them a simple stitch. And here I'm going to fold it towards the back and give it a zigzag stitch. And at the bottom I am probably just going to keep it as it is, because I need to figure out how short I want it, or if I actually want to take it up like this. Oh, I actually think I do. So I'm going to fold it up a bit more and also give it a zigzag stitch. Ah, this is very, very cool. So first of all, I'm going to do the neck opening. That was a zigzag stitch, so I'm going to just fold it like 1 centimeter towards the back real carefully, and then just do a zigzag stitch all the way around. So it's hard folding it when there are these flowers, but it's worth it because the flowers are so cool. To be a zigzag stitch because it needs to be able to stretch, because the material is kind of stretchy, so it needs to be able to still give. So of course, because there is no zipper in the back and it's basically 2 back pieces stitched together, so there's a line going down there. If I had folded the fabric differently, I could have had a folded front, so no seam on the front, as I have, and a folded back, so also no seam at the back. But you're always more clever after, aren't you? I'm gonna fold it a little bit up on the sleeves, do a zigzag stitch here as well. So it looks like this. Oh yeah, and the neck looks like this. So there was just one place here. I actually didn't fold the flower, I just stitched right through it and it's kind of popping up, but I'm thinking that's going to be a fun little detail. Last sleeve, folding it towards the back, stitching it in place. Now somebody just really needs to invite me to a party so I can wear this dress. And the bottom, so the bottom is yeah, a lot of flowers and a lot of this mesh fabric. So I am actually just gonna see how I'm gonna do this, because I don't really want to stitch through these nice flowers. So actually maybe I will just hem it, just put it up a little bit, and then do it like I did the sleeves, so that's also matching, and then I don't break up any of the nice flowers. So now the bottom is matching the sleeves and it's ready. Oh, gotta be careful of pointy rings that might catch the fabric. Don't want to break this. See, with the right stuff underneath, this is just such a cool dress.